Hey everybody, Cinema Sickness here with the fourth day of construction of the new cinematic media library. As you can plainly see, things are starting to definitely take shape. All the pipe has been put in, the stone is in as well. Tomorrow they will actually be putting all the concrete in over this to make it, once again, a flat floor. All the plywood has been taken down, which really seems weird. I've said this before, but for those of you who don't realize, this house is actually the house I grew up in, the house I was born in. I've only moved out for 4 years of my life. My wife and I had a condo when we lived together and then got married. And then when my father passed away, he gave the house to me in the will, so we moved back into this house. And I've been living here my entire life. So this basement, it's the basement I used to play in when I was a kid. I had a huge Lego town down here, and I spent hours and hours in this basement playing around with my toys and whatnot. So to come down here and see all the walls taken down, I mean, the framework's still up, but to be able to look through the wall here seems really, really weird. It's never looked like this. My dad built these walls before I was even born, so just, again, very, very strange. But as you can see, the walls are down. Again, the studs are up, but the plywood's down, waiting for new plywood to be put up. Tomorrow, like I said, they're going to put the concrete down, smooth out the walls, and they're also going to put the vapor barrier up on the wall to keep the water out from coming in if any water does want to come in. So this is really exciting. Things are definitely coming along. And I also found something out pretty cool. The well here, as you can see, just a fun hole where all the water will go into if we do happen to get water in the basement. Instead of coming out onto the floor, it should go into the pipes, into the well there, and there will be a pump in there that actually pumps the water out, a pipe that goes up here and out through the side of the house there into a drain spout that goes out to the street, which is really great. And what I'm really excited about is I wasn't quite sure how this well was going to look. I mean, he explained it to me, but I was a little kind of weary. I mean, I was like, is it going to stick out? Is it going to look really bad? Because this section of the basement, this is going to be the new media library. So I was a bit concerned as to how this was going to look. And it's actually pretty nice. It's going to be flush with the ground. Obviously, concrete going to go around here. That'll be flush. This bit of concrete that's still left back there, he's actually going to hammer that out. And he's going to put the pipe actually in, as you can see, again, the pipes are inside there. There's another one on the other side too. He's going to put the pipe that pumps the water out. Actually, he's going to cut a hole in the well here, run the pipe underneath the stone. It's going to come up out of the concrete right there in the corner and then run up again the corner and out the side. Now, the good thing about that is what really excites me is you're not going to be able to see that pipe because where the walls or the shelves in the building come together, they kind of come out like this, and then one comes out there, and they come together. So there's this little gap in every corner of the shelves, meaning that the pipe is going to run directly up in that corner where you won't even see the pipe. So the pipe is going to be completely encased and invisible. You will not know it's there, and that I just absolutely love. You will see this. You're going to see a black, I don't know, the top of this well. You will see that, but it's not, I don't really care about that. That's not such a big deal for me because, again, it's going to be flush with the floor, so you'll know it's there, but it won't look necessarily unsightly or really weird. It's going to actually be okay. I'm going to be all right with that. I was afraid it was going to stick up or there was going to be a pipe coming out of it or something like that, but if it's going to be flush to the floor, I can certainly live with that. So I was very, very excited to find that out. Now, some people left comments on what I'm going to do with the walls here. I thought I already mentioned it, but maybe I didn't. People were asking, am I going to put drywall up here? And the answer is no. I'm not doing drywall. I'm just doing more plywood. This is the plywood that was up on the walls, and I'm just doing more of that. And people are saying, oh, but it's going to look ugly. Why would you not put drywall up? And the reason for that being is because these walls, this wall here and this wall here, completely covered with shelves. you're not going to be able to see the wall. It seems really pointless for me to spend the money on drywall or sheetrock or anything like that when they're just going to be covered up. You're not going to be able to see them at all. And even on the other sides of the wall, which I don't really care too much about what this side of the basement looks like. I mean, I'm going to tidy it up a little bit, maybe paint the walls and stuff and make it look a little nicer. But even this side here, not a big deal. I plan on putting shelves on these walls too, obviously for storage, not for movies, but yeah, you're just not really going to see the walls. The walls are going to be almost completely covered, and for that reason, I have no need to do any kind of sheetrock or any kind of drywall. It's just going to be more plywood, a bit better plywood. This is pretty cheap stuff. I mean, this you can just break this with your hand if you really wanted to. He's getting thicker stuff, so it will be nicer plywood, but still, I'm going to keep it kind of cheap. I don't need to spend the money. Just going to do plywood, and again, it will be all covered up, so there's really no need. In fact, I probably didn't even really need to put anything on the wall. I could have just really left it like this and put the shelves up against it. You wouldn't even be able to see behind the shelves here, so it doesn't really matter all that much. So that is why I'm not doing sheetrock, I'm not doing drywall, I'm just doing plywood because, again, you won't be able to see it. It won't matter. So that was it for today. They definitely got a lot done. Very excited about that. Like I said, again, tomorrow they're going to come in, they're going to put the concrete down, smooth out the floor again. You won't be able to tell that the floor was, anything. You won't be able to tell that it had been jacked apart. You won't be able to tell that there's pipe laying underneath it, and it'll just look like it did once again. And then he's probably going to come over. He said he's going to try to come over during the week and actually put the wall up and put the door in. He's going to frame a door in for me as well right here to block this part where the library is going to be from the part where the storage and my workbench area is going to be, which will be pretty nice. So he's going to do that again, hopefully during the week, but if not, possibly next weekend. So I'd say for the most part, he's pretty much on track, even though he was a little put behind because, excuse me, because it is really dusty down here, and as I walk, I'm kicking up the dust. So I do apologize for my voice giving out right now. But even though he was a little bit behind because he came across that footer, which he did not realize was going to be there, he still definitely got things rolling, and he's now back to being on schedule, which is fantastic. So that is the plan for tomorrow, again, just to get the concrete down and everything like that. And I do have a electrician actually coming in on, I guess it's actually Monday. He's going to come in on Monday, and we're going to talk about how we want to do electricity down here, because I'm not 100% sure how it's going to work. My idea is to put an electrical outlet up there and an electrical outlet up there that is connected to the light switch up there, which is also connected to, you can't see it there. Oh, there you go. There's a light right there. I want all of them connected to that light switch. So when you flip it on, this electrical socket comes on, that electrical socket comes on, and again, that light there comes on. And I'm just going to put, as you can see, there's a like a neon fluorescent light there. I'm just going to put like a fixture like that there, and a fixture like that there that just plug right into the outlets. That'll all be really easy, not a big deal. But then down here, maybe on this wall here, or somehow here or in here, I don't really know where he's going to put it. But I would like another switch that will turn off these lights again. So when I come down here and I come down the stairs and I come into my library, there will be no need to have these lights on anymore. So my idea will be to be able to flick these lights off and turn the lights in here on. So basically lights on different circuits. Now, what kind of lights I want to put in here, haven't figured that out yet. I have no idea what kind of lights I want to do, because as I mentioned, I do want to use these rafters as shelves as well. I do plan on putting my VHS up there. So the question is what kind of lights? And that I just have not decided yet. I really have no idea. I'm probably going to talk to the electrician, get some ideas from him, see what he wants to do, what he thinks maybe is best for down here, and I'll go off that. Obviously, I'll need to put a couple electrical sockets in down here somewhere too. So I'll talk to him and see where he thinks the best area to do that and the best way to go about doing that is. and I'll go from there. So again, I'll find that out on Monday, what he thinks and how much he's going to charge. And that's another problem too, depending on how much he charges, because if he's not going to go too crazy with how much is this going to cost, then I can do it pretty much right away. If he wants to charge more than I'm expecting, I might have to wait another month or so until I have the money for him to start doing that. Not that I can't get started with, painting and building down here while I wait to get the money together. So we'll see how that goes. He's actually a friend of the guy I have doing the basement. He says he's pretty cheap and he does a really good job. So hopefully that won't cost too much and I'll be able to get that done. So again, guys, that's it for today. Like I said, tomorrow he's going to come in once again, put the concrete down, smooth everything out, make it look nice. I think he's going to run the pipe up on the side of the wall too. He plans on doing that. So very much looking forward to getting all that done, having it all look like a real floor again, not all jacked up and with stone here and everything. Very much looking forward to that. And then hopefully this week or next weekend he'll put the door and the walls in, and then he'll be done, and then I can have the electrician come in, do what he needs to do, and I can start painting the floor, start building the shelves, and really getting this new library together, which I'm really, really excited for. Definitely looking forward to. This is going to be great once I get everything together. So that's it, guys, and I'll be back tomorrow with another update. See ya. So day 4 of the waterproofing, and unfortunately not much has gotten done. I know that I said yesterday that they planned on putting all the water vapor barrier up, and they're going to pour the concrete and do all that and have all the waterproofing done, and that was the initial plan. However, unfortunately, they got partway through, and my friend who's doing this for me, he had an emergency at home, and he ended up having to stop short for the day. Not a big deal. Don't really care. He's going to come back, obviously, next weekend and finish up, but they didn't really get much done, unfortunately. I mean, again, like I said, everyth's supposed to be done today, and that is not the case. But as you can see, they did start putting the water vapor barrier up on the wall, which, it's kind of ugly looking. It's just this plastic on the wall that, if for any reason water does, still come through the wall, which it shouldn't. I mean, the whole idea of putting the pipe in the ground here and everything in this trench is to make it so any water that wants to come into the house instead goes into the pipe instead, and then into the well, then pumps out through the pipe that'll eventually be in the corner. That's obviously the initial idea. But if for any reason this is just extra protection, if any water does leak through the wall, which I've never even seen happen before, but again, just in case, this way it will go. It will not come through this plastic. Instead, it'll just run down the wall behind this, and the concrete will come. It'll come up and over on top of this, so all the water will run down and just down into this trench here. That's all rock, and then into the pipe, and then, well, pumped out of the house. So that's just the idea of why this is up here. Again, it's it's not the prettiest thing, but it doesn't really matter because this will all be covered in shelves. This will be wall to wall, floor to ceiling shelves. This will all be gone by the time I'm done building down here. You won't know that there's any water vapor barrier behind this, behind the shelves at all. That is the idea. Although the kind of somewhat nice thing about this is since I don't necessarily think the water vapor is very attractive looking. It's not. It's kind of ugly looking. The plus side of that is the fact that I might not actually redo this section, my workbench area and the storage area. What I'm thinking about doing, instead of I was going to paint the floors and try to make it kind of look somewhat nicer in here, not so just pipes and dirtiness and whatnot. But what I think I might end up doing, since again they are putting water vapor barrier up on these walls as well, what I think I might do is have them eventually, and this won't be right away. I'm going to have to again. I'm spending a lot of money on all this waterproofing. I don't really have this is crazy. Unlimited resource of money. I pretty much spent everything I had at the moment on this project, so I will have to save up for this again. But what I'm thinking about doing is possibly putting in a wall on this side of the stairs and a wall on this side of the stairs. Doorway here to get into the storage area, doorway here to get into the workbench area. But it'll just look nicer. I can basically be a hallway that leads down into the media room. I'm thinking I could paint it, maybe put some posters up on the wall or something. Maybe even put a poster up there on the wall coming down, or the ceiling coming down, you know, something like that. I was thinking possibly about doing, you know, in the future, just an idea I had. And again, the reason why I really want to do this is because since the water vapor barrier isn't going to look very nice on the walls, I kind of just see it sort of pointless to even really redo these areas. It just seems sort of stupid. I mean, why make these look all nice when the walls are just going to look like, you know, plasticky and not very nice? It just seems like a waste of my time. And at one point I thought, well, maybe I'll just eventually save up and have them do drywall against these walls. And I thought to myself, well, this is a storage area. That's a workbench area. Why the hell would I want to do that? It just, again, it seems kind of pointless. And why, you know, I don't really care about how these areas look too much. I only want them to look nice because coming down these stairs, you were going to see them. But if I put walls up here, that'll take care of that. You won't see these rooms. These rooms will be hidden to the public coming down to the library. The only time I'll see them is when I open up the doors and actually go into them. So I think that's a pretty good idea. I think I might do that again in the future. I'll probably have the guys who are doing this, because they do framing work as well. I'll probably have them come back and, you know, frame them, put it on their door for me, maybe in, I don't know, a few months from now. That is the initial plan as of right now. It's probably what I will do. But that's it, guys. Again, unfortunately, they didn't really get much done today. I don't really have much of an update, but at least you can see what the water vapor barrier, you know, looks like on the walls. But not that that'll really matter, because like I said, it will be covered up with shelves when I'm done building in here. So that is it, guys. I'll be back obviously next week with more updates. Hopefully they should be done waterproofing next week. Basically, he said what he wants to do is get all the waterproofing done next week, and even get all the walls put up in the door frame and everything. He wants to do all that next week, and he's going to come extra early next weekend and start that. So that is the plan. Of course, I mean, things haven't been going according to plan late, you know, at all. Really, what is it? The footer, you know, they came across that, so that ended up being a problem. Then, you know, of course, this weekend with the emergency he had to go take care of with his family. I mean, just, you know, it's kind of just like one thing after another. So, again, not blaming them. They're doing a great job. But, you know, these things happen. Sometimes you just come across things that you were not expecting, and just things happen that you didn't plan on happening. So, you know, whatever. That's the way things go. But, again, they're doing a great job, and I can't wait for this to be finished. It's going to look great. So, again, I'll be back next weekend with some more updates, and hopefully all the waterproofing and the walls will be done by then. But we'll see how everything goes. So, I'll talk to you then. Bye.